Okay, so I thought another thing I want to show you are the books that I have filed on the neglected books. So these are books that I would really want to return to. They have at least a page colored in them, and I have I just really need to color more in them. So first up, it's the Mouse Guard. I, like many others, adore this book. The paper is perfect for Inktense. I have done quite a few images in here, but I really want to do more. Yeah. This one right here is the one that my partner has chosen for me to color in. I'm just so... I really want it to do justice to it, so yeah. Then I have colored... I mean, this is so wonderful line art. I've colored this one. Yeah, I've done quite a few in here. This one is in progress. Let's see. Yeah, these. And Inktense really is wonderful on this paper, so that's the media I want to use more. And yeah, I really can't really tell you why I haven't colored in it. I guess it's... This is the latest one I did. I guess it's... I think it's when I did this one. You can see the paper really... I quite damaged it quite a bit. And that's disturbing me a bit. Not enough to buy a new book, but it's definitely bugging me. Yeah. But I just need to color in it more anyway. And I tried ironing this page out, but it didn't work because it's too crinkled. It actually made it worse. It made this crease worse. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, definitely a book I need to return to more. And I just need to. I mean, have you seen this? Oh, so wonderful. Okay, where do I put the books that I've flipped through? This is like a problem every time, I feel like. Okay, let's put it on the floor. Okay. Next up we have Magic Dreamland. This is a book I haven't found that popular on YouTube. Sorry, let me just move this. Yeah. No, you just have to stay here on the desk. Let's see. Okay, so Magic Dreamland. Absolutely one of my favorite papers. This is just the best paper for polychromos. in my opinion, I don't always agree with everyone who says that, so it really depends probably on how you use your different pencils. Here's one that's in progress. I have finished quite a few, but they are in my folder. But I mean, look at these. They're just so different. The designs are just so... Yeah, it's mandala-like, but then not really. I love this one. This book needs more love as well on YouTube and everywhere. Let's see, where do I have my folder? I feel so unprepared. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I have quite a few finishes. This one. I have these two. I like my giraffe. Sorry for the glare. But I mean, this is not really a flip through of my finishes anyway. It's just, I love these designs. Oh, okay. But yeah, so I love these. This one is one of my first ones and most favorite ones in this book. Let's see if I can, maybe like that. It's done with pan pastel and pencils on top. But I mean, as I said, this paper is just wonderful for like polychromos, just straight polychromos. It's so relaxing. I need to do that more. Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely book. Lovely book. Next up on my neglected books that I want to give more love to are the Johan Egerkrans books. These were they had a bit of a boost of popularity a few years ago. And now I'm not seeing them anywhere. But yeah, so Johan Egerkrans is an illustrator. He has some wonderful art books as well. And I actually have some of them. Want to see that? Yeah, anyway, I'll show that straight away. But like you see, it's quite a sketchy style. And I mean, I love this. I have colored one picture from each book. This one is the Nordic creatures, maybe? Something like that. Maybe the translation is. But I mean, look at this dragon over here. Look at that. So cool. And yeah, finished one from that. I'll show you later in my folder. And then we have Nordic gods. And here we have, I have one work in progress here. And it's her, Angerboda. I don't remember if I showed this on my channel or not, but like it's from, I want to do her like the Lord of the Rings, like Galadriel, when she gets taken by the ring, you know, in place of a Dark Lord, you will have a queen and all that. Yeah, so I want to do her like that, because Galadriel is actually based on Angerboda, and I'm starting to geek out, so I'll stop. But yeah, I love these. I love this. I love his designs. Let me see if I can just pick up his books if it's close here. Yeah, here we go. Here they are. So here's the Nordic Gods one. Here's Loki. Probably can't see him that well, but like here. Just wonderful colors. Absolutely stunning images. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Let's see if I can focus this for you. Oh, sorry for the lighting. But yeah, just stunning images. And my finishes in these books are just two, one from each. And they are, should be at the beginning of the, here, yeah, okay. So this dragon from Nordiska Väsen, and this one from Nordic Gods. It's Odin. Seeing himself. Yeah, wonderful. love these images, and I really need to give them more love. These two books, they are just stunning. And like they're usually like popping up different dragon color alongs, and there are a lot of dragons in this one, a few at least. So need to do that. Definitely need to give them more love. Next up on my neglected book list is Fairies in Dreamland. This is my only Denise Klett book I own. And I have a lot of whips in this coloring book. This one, and then we have this one. Yeah, just a lot of whips. I have a few finishes there in my folder. I'll show them in just a minute. This one I don't like how it's going, but it's okay. It'll probably turn out alright in the end. Like her. The little piggy. It's just wonderful images. And I disagree with everyone saying that this is Denise Klett's least popular book. I'm like, no. This is the nicest one. I like the Mermaids one as well, but I don't have that yet. Or I don't have it. This is a forever whip. I really need to finish that. And it's turning out so nice. I just need to, you know, do the background, and I haven't yet. And let's see, my finishes are in the big, ginormous folder. Let's see. This folder is huge. Yeah, okay, so here we go. I have her. And then I have this one. And this one. I adore these images. Like her a lot. I like the colors. And this one is actually oil pastels. The background is with oil pastels, and it turned out okay. But then I tried to do the same technique on another picture, and I tore the paper of it. So yeah, but I like that. And then we have, this one is one of my favorites. Still. Probably now I could do her a bit more more shading on her, but I like her anyway. And I have her. Yeah, I love these. Love, love, love. So much love. Yeah, and that's it. Need to do more in that because I adore that. And I always have so much fun coloring in it. So it's just weird that I haven't done more. Next up, we have my Tomislav Tomic books. Because they always need more love. I adore them. I have actually started the whip in this one recently. Here we go. This is for a body color. So I'm giving it a bit more love now, and I will continue doing so. I showed this recently, right? So I have a few whips that I need to finish. Yeah, I love this book. I love these designs. One of my favorite images in here is this one. I really need to do that. I want to do that. It's so wonderful. And then we have also in William Sand. Yeah, just wonderful images. And a lot of whips here, as you can see. Oh, just need to do it. Oh. Next up, we have my Jessica Palmer book. I would love to have all of her books. I adore them. And again, I can't really understand why more people aren't like using them on YouTube, but I love these designs. Like, have you seen my favorite one? This one. Look at it. I mean, can you see that? Can you see how awesome that is? I adore that. Like both how it, I adore everything with it. I would love to color this like 10 times. And then we have, like, for example, I like this one as well a lot. And I actually like the fact that it's like open spaced. And again, I can't remember if I showed this on my channel or not, but I did put in some of my like favorite quotes in some of the frames. And I have finished a few pictures as well. This little owl. And then I finished the fox. Where is that one? Here. I really like this. I like this a lot. Let's see if I can find one when I wrote the quote in. Here we go. I like that. Yeah. Oh, and I've started a few whips. More! Did I just give me more? I want to have more, all of her books, and I want to, but I need to color more in this one before I can buy more books of her, because it's not fair to the books I own. Yeah. Okay. Next up we have Forest Diver, and I would like to buy more of her books. She has one, the something Grimm fairy tales. I mean, I'm lost for words. I adore this so much. I don't like the paper. That's maybe the main issue. But and this one is this is a forever whip. This has been a forever whip since I bought the book. But yeah, I mean, just so beautiful, and like, you know, and I like that there's different men as well and different creatures, and all the women aren't in the same, you know, body shape. And yes, more of that. I'll show you my finishes as well. Again, they're in my folder, but I mean, just like so beautiful. Started a few whips, as I said. This one, I'm not sure if it's finished or not. It has an alcohol marker base right now, and I'm thinking of shading it in or not. Maybe not. Maybe it's done. Could be done. I like it. A few berries I started there. I just adore this. This one I don't like how it's going, but hey. Yeah, just a lot of wonderful images in here. I adore them. I adore them. Here we have another in progress. Yeah, just wonderful images. Yeah. Here we see another one, I guess. Yeah. And let's see. Then we have my finishes in these books are here. Let's see. Feels like it's somewhere in the back. Or, yeah, here we go. Here they are. So these two, and then these two. Yeah, just so much fun. These two are finished with the dot shading technique. And that's it. Love, love, love. A lot of love for those books as well. And I mean, as I said, I mean, these are all books that I love that I don't give enough love to. So, you know, that's the theme. Next up we have Shadowscapes. This is by Stephanie Puemonlaw, another wonderful artist. And the designs are really intricate and really, let's see if I can zoom in. Really intricate and sketchy. And there's some wonderful pictures in here. I'm just so happy to have this line art that she even did the coloring book, because it's not that obvious that, you know, every artist does a coloring book. This is one of my this is one of the pictures that this intimidates me, because I want to do it. So I mean, I have like this wonderful image in my head, and how, I mean, I think you can look at this image and understand why I'm intimidated, because it's just so beautiful. The line art, it's so beautiful. And I play the violin, and that's also why I'm like a bit extra in love in that. I have finished pictures in this one. Quite a few, actually. Here we go. Here's the first one, the dragon. This I don't like, so I won't even turn the... but this one I like a lot. This is one of my favorite finishes ever. With different media. And this one as well, with the foxes. This was a bit for the... a bit inspired by the Australian forest fires. Like, you know, I don't know, the colors, and then, you know, that they're jumping off a cliff to join the birds or something. Yeah, like that. Yeah, these two as well. I like this one a lot. A bit inspired by Cindy Sink, I think. Her colors, sort of. I like this one a lot as well. I don't like her, but hey. Yeah, as I said, I finished quite a few here. These are all from the same... Yeah, this one is as well, from the same book. Let me just... Here we go. Yeah. More. I want to color more in this one. Okay, next up we have Moon Blossoms. This one was one of my first more expensive books, and it was the shipping. The shipping was so horribly expensive. But yeah. And I know it was out of print for a while. I think it's back in print now. Or when I got it, it was recently back in print. I've started this one. This is a gel pen there in the background. A glitter gel pen. I have finished a few. Finished her. I can see all that glittery shine. I like her a lot. Yeah. Then we have... I mean, it calls to me. And the paper is quite weird. It doesn't... I don't like using polychromos on this paper. I've heard someone else say that they love their polychromos on this paper, and I don't get that. But as I said, that probably depends a lot on how you use your different pencils. Let's see if I can show you all the glitter and shimmer shine here. But the marker really does glide on this paper. Oh, I think this paper might be really good for markers diluted with water, actually. I haven't tried that in this one. I should try that. Let's see, this one is alcohol marker based right now. I like those colors. It's really muted and nice. I think that's it. Yeah. I want to do this more. Oh, just avoid it. Look, so beautiful. Let's try the paper, shall we? for the looting with markers. Okay, here we go. Here we have some. This is already marker scribbled on, I think, but let's try again anyway. Maybe yes, maybe no. Is this even the same? Probably. Let's see. I want to take a water brush that's easy to... Here we go. No, not really, right? No. I mean, as with every paper, of course it works a bit, but not enough to, you know, be fun. So no, unfortunately. Oh, that would really make me color in it more, though. Yeah, okay. Next up we have Manic Botanic. Maybe one of my first books, and I've marked the pages I really want to do. Yeah, started a few whips in here as well. I have done quite a few images as well, or maybe not that many, maybe 2. I'll show in a bit. They're in my folder again. I love this one. And I would like to get the Russian edition of this book, because the Russian edition has better paper. But then again, I don't want to rebuy it. Yeah, I love this book. Irina Vinnie, the author, has a wonderful, wonderful Instagram as well, where she does. Yeah, I mean, it's just yeah. I think the theme of, like, if you look at the books that I have picked out, a lot of them are with this quite dark line art, right? You tell me, is there a trend or not? Next up we have Fantastic Zoo. I love this as well. It's in... let's see if I can find a representative picture. It's stuff like this. So you have an animal, and then you have a mandala in the animal. And the mandalas are really intricate, which I like a lot, because then I do the mandalas with fine liners, and then I do the rest of the animal with pencil or pan pastel. So I did the bear here. I actually realized later that this is probably a normal bear, like not a polar bear, because there's a polar bear later on. This one is a polar bear. So yeah, a bit of a pity. I like my lemurs. We have my penguins are a horrible work in progress that I hate. I need to fix that some way. I like my flamingos. It's probably too pale colors to see on camera, but in real life they're nice and pink background. Now I've done my whale, and I've done the last picture here. Like this a lot. I love this book. Yeah, as with every book on this pile. But now we're like approaching. I started with the books that I feel like I need to color in more, the most, that really need, like, that I love a lot. And now we're approaching the other end of the pile. Yeah. So we have Pop Manga coloring book. Yeah, it's Friday evening. I'm a bit tired. Yeah. But I love this. I'm not that into manga or anime. I have seen a few. I like July in April. Wonderful, wonderful anime. I love that a lot. And this reminds me a bit of that, of course, because like with this, yeah. I love this. I have colored quite a few pictures in here. I like my mermaids. This was actually a save. So when I colored the skin, I colored it with water-based markers, and it got quite splotchy in some places. So what I did is just I went with it and colored that with scales. Yeah. And here in some pages I have used alcohol markers. Because I don't really always want to do the page opposite. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, there are a few. Oh, here we go. Like this, I don't really care about this page, right? So I did base her with alcohol markers. But this is an old finish. You can see on the fur that it's really old. But yeah. So that's Pop Manga. Sorry, let me just put this away. Next up we have my Alan Robert book, Beauty of Horror 3, Haunted Playgrounds. This is the only one I own, the only one I want to get this far. And yeah, this is the whip I started and worked a bit on this year. Not started on, it's an old whip, but I worked a bit on it more. And then, I mean, like, yeah, this book just needs more love. And I want to color in it for not only Halloween. So maybe I think I started a Valentine's page here. I want to do wait for Valentine. Let's see. Where is it? It's somewhere. Because I'm not one for romance. So I wanted to do a horror romance page. Here we go. Like do this for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I'll do that this year. Hold me to it. So that's Beauty of Horror. And then we have, now we are almost like at artist level, but Millie Marotta. She's gotten a bit love from me in autumn now. So I don't really feel like she should be that highly prioritized on my list on pages to do. I've marked a few pages I want to do in this one. Like this one. But still, I really, you know, it's interesting. I think my favorite book of hers is Wild Savannah, and it's the only book I don't own. What? It's the opposite of how it's supposed to go for me. But I have finished the one page in each book at least. Let's see, where's my finish here? I think it's a patterny C page. Come. I mean, they're all patterny C pages. Here we go. This one. A mandala type page, I wanted to say. Yeah. I think I finished this, I don't know, September, October maybe. Yeah, this one is finished in Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures. My, one of my favorites of hers as well. Here I have a lot of whips. This is the first one I got. And yeah, this is a forever whip, these pandas. I really need to do them. I'm so close to doing them. All I need to do is just shade the gray ones, the gray pandas, and then it's done. So come on, just do it. Yeah, this one is also a forever whip. This one I finished. This is the first. Yeah, this was the first time on Instagram when the artist liked my picture. I was so happy. It was a few years ago now. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorite designs in the book. Need to do it. Then we have, I've done quite a few in this one. And then we have the little one for the Animal Kingdom. And I have done quite, not that many, but a few pictures in here. I actually prefer the smaller size, as I've said before. Like, if I were to choose again, I would choose the smaller size for all the Millie Marotta books. But, yeah. Now I have, this is Tropical Paradise, maybe? Yeah. So I have a few whips in here. I think I finished the page in here. I hope so. Yes, I have. Okay, good. I mean, it's not on my coloring hoard list. This is one of my... This is going well. I want to, I want to finish this because I like how it's going this far. And I have completed pages in here. I've completed, I think it's 2 jellyfish. Where are they? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, with a lot of glitter and shimmer. This is mostly gel pens. Oh, so much fun. I can't stop looking at it. And this is one of my newer ones of her. And I think I finished again. Yeah, finished the frogs. Well, hooray. Yeah, but I like her designs. I want to give her more love. And I have a lot of whips in here, as you can see, so could maybe finish some of those. Would be nice. Next up we have Marcos Chin. Now instead of like putting all the books that I flipped through on the same pile, I'm like putting them in small piles all over the place. Chaos. But yeah, this is my only Marcos Chin book, and I want to get more. And I love how he does people, or how he does his elves, that they look like real people, and with personalities and stuff. I adore that. And what I also like a lot with his designs is that he does these, like, a lot of his stuff has, I don't know, like thickened edges or something. You see, it's quite stylized the way the flower here is, or like the leaves have, you know, a round, have a thing around them. And I like coloring that with markers, water-based markers. And let me put out my big folder again, where I have my finishes from this book. Let's see. I think it's here. These two, I really like that. And this is one of my favorite finishes as well, like the elves painting the summer leaves into the autumn colors. Like that a lot. And then we have this one, and this was just kind of mindless, but really fun. So that's from Marcos Chin. I've been thinking about getting the rest of his books, but again, I haven't colored enough in this one, so I can't really motivate buying more of his books. Next up we have Mary Colin. I bought these books because I was inspired by Peter Hewitt and Alena, Coloring with Alena, here on YouTube. And they do wonderful work, and I don't. This one is in progress, but like it's, I started this one. You see the shimmery paint there. I don't like how the shimmery paint turned out. I'm not sure how I'm going to save that. I did finish this one, and I actually like how this turned out. But yeah, Inktense, polychromos, and markers. Yeah, I thought I would color in this one more this Christmas, but I didn't do that. So yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how to motivate myself to do more. But next up we have, because I mean, again, like I love this line art, and I love how other people have done pictures in them, especially Peter Hewitt and Alena. There are probably more. Yeah, there are obviously more people. I love their images. Like there are very many beautiful completed pictures from these books. But I'm not having that much fun with it. This is my only finish in Magical Cities, and I like that, but it wasn't that much fun, as I said. So I probably just need to, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do, but I want to give these books more love. That's why they're on this list. But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard sometimes. And I think we're at the end. Yeah, okay. So the last pile I have here, and it's a pile. It's a large pile. It's the Theresa Goodrich books. Now, full disclosure, I bought... let's see, I had this one. I didn't have this one. Okay, so I had these 5 books by Theresa Goodrich, okay? I had Spring, Winter, Summer, Autumn, and Country Charm. And I haven't finished. This one is on my Colory Hoard list because I only have. This is a whip, so it's not finished yet. In winter, I finished one this Christmas. In summer, I have a finish, but it's in my folder. I'll bring it up in a second. In autumn, I've finished the Halloween cat. And this one as well. Yay, 2 finishes. And in Country Charm, I think I finished this one as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's the first one here. This is only in aquarelle, which was kind of fun, you know, to not allow myself to do shading with pencils on top. So I had these 5, and then the same December 2021 came and I bought 4 more, despite not having colored that much in these. But yeah, so in Country Christmas, I actually did finish one already, this one. But the rest ones I haven't finished anything in yet, and yeah, I love Theresa Goodrich's pictures. So I'm not so sure, like the main issue I have in these books is the paper, because I'm a paper snob, but yeah, still though. Wonderful, wonderful books, like especially the autumn ones. I love autumn. So everything that has to do with autumn is like a no-brainer for me. Oh no, not really. I am a bit picky, but like, look at this. I mean, who could resist? So yeah, and then do I want to bring up my only... Yeah, okay, let's see. Where's the folder again? I put it somewhere. Where did I put it? Here. Let's see. I think it's... Oh, it's upside down. There we go. So this is the one from summer. And, oh, no, it opened. Okay, good. But yeah, so this is the one from summer, and it's the... this is done with gouache. Only gouache, what's a lot of fun. So I want to do actually more of her pages with gouache, because that was a lot of a really fun like experience, and you know, I haven't colored with gouache since secondary school, so yeah. But yeah, so that's my pile of neglected books, and I want to color like 1 or 2 pages out of these books. Maybe if I choose one of the more, you know, intimidating ones, like the artist books by Shadowscapes, or the ones by Johan Egerkrans, I might just do 1 per month. But I would like to do, yeah, these books need love in 2022 is what I'm saying. So, you know, if you have a favorite one of these, or if you want to do a body color in one of these, let me know. I probably won't be doing that many body colors, but still, right now I am open. So yeah, that's it.